For a second, when you said I have a new mic arm, I thought you were just talking in third person. I have a new mic arm. This is my Kevin arm. uh, Let me remind you that for the last 2 times the podcast was late, it was Mike's fault. Oh no. Hey Mike, are you muted? That's what people are saying. No one's gonna understand the mic arm joke now.
Oh.
Aww.
Is nobody gonna understand the mic arm joke? What's that? No.
Okay, guys. Mike was like, "Hey, I got a new mic arm," and Kevin's like, "Are you speaking in third person?" And then Kevin was like, "Hey, I got a new Kevin arm," and then everybody laughed, and no
Why
one
would
heard
I
it.
have the output be audio track 3? I mean, really though. Why even would I have the output be audio track 3? Kevin, that one's for you, I guess.
Hey guys, guess what? Right before this podcast, Mike was like, "Kevin, don't worry. I toyed with my settings. We're gonna be fine today."
I fixed it all. I fixed everything. Yep. Which also probably means that nobody was hearing music or the intro theme. So here you go. There is the intro theme. All right. So now you got a little bit of that.
Welcome to Pokésports.
Welcome to Pokésports. Well, that's why we do all this before. All right. So
you guys are in the trial period right now.
Exactly. Got to figure out all the audio problems in the fridge. So now we've got PS91. So now I can actually start recording on my end too.
I've been recording the whole time.
Yeah. Oh, wait a second. No, this time that was muted. Oh.
What's muted now?
The intro. Oh, audio track 3. You have cursed me. Ow, I just tripped. Yeah, there it is.
You know what, guys? We'll see you again tomorrow.
Bye. Of course there was no music. So you guys saw like some waveform action. Oh god, that's so funny.
We gotta Lupus, you're gonna join us for like 10 minutes before the podcast session where we're just talking nonsense and you're just gonna test everything for us.
Yeah. Well, okay, so here's the thing, right? Some people, they have people who will manage their audio stuff so they don't have to think about it. So they can just, do their prep work, come online and record their podcast. We do that ourselves. So, and not to mention, we do it live.
It's fair.
Name 4 other podcasts that record live.
Thank goodness we do it live. We would have had a whole episode before we noticed.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's true. Okay.
I think it's happened before.
I mean, yeah, definitely.
We've lost audio. Yeah.
Certainly.
And we've been very desperate about it.
Mm-hmm. We've definitely lost audio before. Anyway, what we haven't lost is the will to do this podcast after 91 episodes. And so we are happy to bring you today Pokésports Podcast number 91. So if we're all ready, let's take a deep breath. Let's take a cleansing breath.
You never said to breathe out.
No, I said let's take a cleansing breath that involves the motion of in and out. Okay, fine. Breathe out, Kevin. Breathe out. Oh no, his exhale is Vader. and let's get into it. Nice mug.
Thank you.
Hello
Pokésports
and
good work.
yeah, exactly. Hello, hello and welcome to Pokésports, a competitive Pokemon podcast. I'm Mike. It's Cloyster Day, and I play with one Pokemon on the field.
I'm Kevin. The end.
I got it out of the way early that this is Cloyster Day because I have just been forgetting for the past X amount of episodes, and I promised myself that I will never forget again. So, bad thing to promise just on a podcast, but hey, that's the life we live now.
I was gonna make a Cloyster pun for the intro, then I thought twice.
Welcome
to Pokésports.
We
got news.
We got news.
Oh, it's definitely shut.
Yeah. We got plenty of news. Folks. I want to first off thank everybody who's joining us live today. We're recording this on a different day because I had to go and speak with a bunch of people from Australia the other day. So I was a little busy. The week before I overslept. So going into this week was interesting because everybody was aware, everybody was ready, everybody was hoping for some super great news that pertained to the Pokemon Direct. When was that? Wednesday? I want to say it was Wednesday. Yeah. We had a good half-hour Pokemon Direct, which is nuts. That is too much for a Pokemon Direct. But when you think about like how many games Pokemon has right now and how many things Pokemon has out, it kind of makes sense that like every Direct for the next little bit has to be like at least 10 minutes long, you know?
Yeah, I guess Pokemon's so big they have their own Directs at this point. I think this was like the actual longest recorded Pokemon Direct ever, which is wild. But yeah, we got a lot of news. Some I care about, some I care nothing about, but I'm excited to talk about it.
Yeah, and I mean, there are a lot of things that we're not going to talk about in the interest of, you know, this being Pokésports, and we focus on what we want to focus on, which is the competitive aspect of Pokemon. So things like Pokemon Go, Pokemon Cafe Mix, Pokemon Masters EX, not going to be talking about today.
I'll be honest, I skipped right over those. I couldn't even tell you what they were about.
No.
But I hope that whoever enjoyed it.
That's the thing. Exactly. Like if you're a person who wants to get back into Pokemon Cafe now that it's changed to Pokemon Cafe Mix, have fun with that. If you are still playing Pokemon Go after all these years and all these controversies, good on you. I hope you're enjoying it. We are here to talk about Unite, Legends, BDSP, and Pokemon Smile. We play competitive Pokemon Smile, and you guys didn't know, but we are the most hardcore Pokemon Smile players the world has ever seen.
My gums bleed from all the training.
I
will catch all Pokemon. I have no idea what it's about, by the way.
I couldn't tell you what it's about. I played it one time with my kid because
What's
I was
the
like,
mission?
hey, I'll do the thing that Pokemon has advertised me to do. Didn't end up sticking to that. We just brushed our teeth the normal way. But I will say that there was no Pokemon Smile update this Direct, and it's a bit of a missed opportunity, as well as the lack of Pokemon Sleep.
I don't think it made them enough money to care.
No. I don't think it made them any money.
Was it freemium? Could you buy extra teeth? How does this work?
Oh, fun.
You gotta buy some more toothpaste.
Yeah. Pokemon Sleep, though, where we don't get that yet. I feel like the craze has passed. I think we're past the need for Pokemon Sleep. They're just trying to get people like out the door now that they can actually do that. So,
I mean, I think they forgot about it.
That might have been it. Yeah, actually.
Some could say they're sleeping on it.
Oh. First off, I do want to say a big shout out to Necro Kelly, Rosemary Kelly, for doing the voiceover. If you recognized a lot of the voice in that Pokemon Direct, that was Rosemary. We've had her on the podcast before. She's a very, very nice person. So go and say hi to her at some point if you can. If you pass her on the street or something. So, hey, I know your voice. We got... What do you want to start with? We've got Pokemon Legends, Pokemon BDSP, and Pokemon Unite. Which one do you want to go for?
Start Legends. I feel like that's the one most people are excited for, and that was kind of the bulk of the Direct.
That's
Get it right out of the way.
Get it out of the way. Legends, we got a ton of information about that. They really wanted to Breath of the Wild, Monster Hunter, eyes the whole Pokemon franchise. So looks like they're getting there with the Hisui region. We have some new Pokemon in the Hisui region. One being a Growlithe. We've got a little fluffy boy.
Such a cute boy.
He's such a cute boy. We also have typings for it too. Growlithe being Rock and Fire. Now, imagine just for a moment that this Growlithe continues to be Rock Fire all the way through to Arcanine or whatever they're going to name it. Do you think that an Arcanine with its stats would function well as a Rock Fire?
Well, that's a hard one.
I'll go first. I think it's garbage.
Yeah. I mean, I guess first we should mention that Rock and Fire is the typing for Hisuian Growlithe.
Yes.
They didn't make it super blatantly obvious in the trailer, but it was on the website.
Yes.
Rock and Fire is a bad typing. No offense.
Yeah.
I love this thing. It looks cute, but like, think Macargo. Yeah.
Yeah. I know that some people out there are all super high on the Colossal train still. But
Colossal has the dumb ability. Yeah, that's the only reason Colossal is
exactly,
good.
Right? Think about what makes Colossal super good, right? That's incredible defense, very, very tiny speed, with an ability that makes it like what ×4? Like,
yeah.
Come on.
But like, yeah, Rock and Fire as a typing, 4 times weak to water, 4 times weak to ground. It's not pretty, but I'm glad that they're giving Arcanine some attention. I mean, who knows? Maybe they can come up with an ability. The abilities aren't revealed yet that will make this better. Give it Steam Engine.
Yeah. Now, just in case anybody was curious, Magcargo and Colossal are the only other two Rock Fire Pokemon in the game so far. So if you have any kind of frame of reference, you can use those. We've also got Braviary, who was released, a Hisuian Braviary, who is Psychic and Flying. Psychic and Flying is an interesting typing. I believe that we have yet to see that on a physical Pokemon. We've seen tons of Psychic Flying, right?
Yeah, there's a bunch of Psychic Flying. Like, you got the Sigilyphs, the Swoobats, the Zatus, the Lugias. But this is probably going to be the first instance of a physical Psychic Flying type, which is cool. I mean, there's not a lot of physical Psychic types to begin with. Like, from the top of my head, I can think of Lucario. No, that's not a fight. It's not Lucario. Gallade, that's the one.
Oh,
sorry.
Fighting in... Okay, got it. Fighting in Psychic?
Well, physical Psychic in general. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only one I can think of is Gallade.
Mewtwo X, I guess.
Sure.
Yeah, they exist. I'm sure they exist, but none strong enough to kind of stand out in my brain, certainly.
If they make this fast, and if they make it hurt, then it could be a decent Pokemon for sure.
Or if they give it a nutso ability. Because these, like, Psychic-type Pokemon, they kind of hinge pretty heavily on their ability. Not a lot of them rely on, like, just their stats. Flying types kind of are based around their stats as well, or their second typing. So I don't know. This one could be kind of a toss-up, but if it's anything like regular old Braviary, we might not be having a great time with that. Who knows? We've got Weirdeer.
What a Pokemon.
We've got Weirdeer.
That's the weirdest Weirdeer I've ever seen.
Yeah. Normal Psychic, evolution of Stantler. That's a Hisuian only Pokemon. So that one, yeah. The last time we got a normal Psychic.
Good.
No.
I don't think it's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Again, it could be another physical psychic, but I mean, Stantler doesn't impress me as a Pokemon, so I don't have expectations for its evolution unless it's just gonna get a huge stat increase. Like, what's Stantler stats? Are they like?
Well, I think that's the thing, right? Is like Stantler.
Ooh, 465 base stat totals. If they
Stantler
give this like
already is
another
like
60,
almost usable. Like it's not. It's very much not, but it's almost usable. So anything that kind of comes next, anything that kind of upgrades on that, might be enough to push it into usability.
It all depends on how much stats they decide to give this guy.
Yeah.
I mean, on top of it, hey, you can use Eviolite Stantler now. Have fun, guys.
Ooh.
Stantler for LC.
How good would Eviolite Stantler be? We're looking at like a base 93 defense and special defense. Average speed, no, this thing's still garbage. We're not using that. No thanks.
It's got a good ability. For some reason, it's intimidating, but I don't see it. Doesn't look too
really
spooky
have
to
Intimidate?
me.
Oh my gosh,
yeah,
it does.
Intimidate and hidden ability Sap Sipper.
Yikes. No, that's okay. And Basculegion, which
okay, this one's lit.
Okay, Basculegion won E3 retroactively.
Oh, yeah. This Ganon looking guy.
This Ganon looking guy right here. Go ahead. Tell me what you feel about Basculegion.
I mean, Water Ghost is pretty good.
Okay.
It does have a lot of resistances. Yeah. A lot of weaknesses, a lot of resistances. If they keep this thing being super fast, which it definitely looks like it is, I mean, it has to like swim upstream. Then I think it can do something pretty fancy.
Okay.
It looks like only the red form is available. I mean, I guess we just didn't see.
No, because all the blue forms died.
Yeah, I guess those. It's just natural selection. So that means adaptability might be retained, which would be disgusting.
Yikes.
Can you imagine this thing with adaptability?
Yikes.
And like very fast speed.
Mm-hmm.
Basculin already's base 98, so this will at least probably go up to like 115 plus. I can guess. And then the attack will probably do the same, 115 plus. They would have to give it ghost moves though. I mean, there's no ghost moves on Basculin currently. So they would have to give it like probably Shadow Sneak and Shadow Punch.
I mean, that's all that you
Phantom Force.
Yeah, Phantom Force Basculegion. Okay. Shadow Sneak, I feel like would be the competitive move that people would use.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
You could also do fun things with Reckless.
Yeah.
If it keeps Reckless, it reduces recoil moves. You give it like, I don't know.
Well, no, all the Reckless ones died. Can we stop forgetting that a Basculegion as a Basculin who has absorbed all of the feelings and wills of prior Basculin who have fallen in its
Can we talk about how happy Necra sounded when she said that? Necra, we love you. That was hilarious.
Yeah.
So it was the sweetest, cutest voice. Just like, Basculin holds the internal souls of all the other Basculin that perished. All of the abilities Basculin has literally describe why it dies. Reckless, Mold Breaker, more like Head Breaker, and then Adaptability.
Ooh, Adaptability is the one that survives. And that's why Adaptability is the only Basculegion ability.
It has to be.
Yeah.
It has to be.
I think that's the only way that the lore works. Pokemon, you went there. You went there this time. Like sometimes they try to go there, like, Drifloon stealing little children or something like that and flying away with them. It's literally in the Pokedex. Look it up. But yeah, this time they just went for it. They went the whole dead fish route. You never go full dead fish.
I think me and Mike will put everything we have on the line here to say if Basculin doesn't get adaptability.
Basculegion, yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Mm-hmm. Heard of it.
Then we would be very sad.
Mm-hmm.
Ken Mako said something hilarious in the chat. He said, "This is why Stanley doesn't evolve anymore." because we're not respecting it enough. Standler's only involved if they're respected. You guys will never see a Weirdeer in game because no one will get respect.
I was so scared at how quickly you brought up that mug. Just now you're like, just toss coffee onto here.
There's hardly anything.
Okay, here. Good. There you go. I mean, you've also got wooden Pokeballs that we've seen in the last trailer, and now we know it's about Jubilife City, and that there's like some weird precursor to Team Galactic there. But I mean, that's all story stuff. It's cool. Enjoy it. There have been a couple of reviews out there that say that it's incredibly similar to Monster Hunter Stories 2, which
I guess I have to play that.
I guess I'd have to play. Which has something to do with like a beam of light comes down and makes all of the monsters' eyes glow red and get really angry, in contrast to Pokemon Legends, where big beam of light comes down, makes all of the Pokemon's eyes glow red, make them really angry. So there might be similarities there.
That was cool though. Did you see the trailer where the Ursaring just charges at you? That's really cool.
That was,
and like the Luxray's fight. I like the fact that there's like boss battles. That's why I'm happy with this game just being a casual game, because it feels that way. It feels like the goal here was a storyline. So I have expectations for a story. Pokemon notoriously isn't that great with making stories. So we'll see how that goes.
We'll see how that goes.
Who's your starter going to be?
Ooh, so we've got Cyndaquil, Rowlet, and Oshawott,
Piplup.
right?
Oh,
Oshawott.
Yes.
Yeah, it's Oshawott.
Yes.
I made that mistake too. When I was making the thumbnail for this episode, I put Piplup first. And I was like, wait a second, that feels incorrect. So I went and checked, and I was like, oh yeah, it's the shell one. Piplup and Oshawott, very similar Pokemon. I will probably go with the Rowlet, because I like Decidueye a lot. It just was not usable very, very much in the other games.
Why the heck isn't Decidueye in Pokemon Unite as an archer? There's no archer Pokemon in Pokemon Unite, and Decidueye is the archer.
All right, I'll write them a note.
Yeah, they have to know by now. We need more 80
About
carries
Decidueye?
anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, remind them.
Do they not know about Decidueye? Did they forget?
I don't think so.
They must have forgotten.
A lot of people are choosing Cyndaquil, but I'm going Oshawott. The reason is Cyndaquil kind of sucks, guys. I don't know if you all forgot. Cyndaquil's really bad. No offense. I love it. It's got the same stats as Charizard. And the fact that it has the same stats as Charizard and still fails should tell you enough.
Yeah. I mean, maybe if they do like a Hisuian version of Cyndaquil's, of Typhlosion, or of Decidueye, or of Samurott. Is that the final Oshawott?
Samurott, yeah.
What's the middle one?
Duat.
Yeah, that's right. Duat, Duat. Yeah, then maybe. But no, we'll see.
Like, I'm sending you a reason why Typhlosion is bad.
Okay.
I guess I could also just say it. Typhlosion learns 2 kinds of moves, and then 1 special move. It learns fire moves, normal moves, and roll out.
Oh no. Oh no, wow. That's incredibly unfortunate.
I made so many people mad. Even Choice Scarf Eruption. That's the only thing you can do, I guess.
Yeah. Well, now to segue into the next part, you can Choice Scarf Eruption like no other with Strong Style and Agile Style, which are Pokemon Legends is mechanics. You get to either choose between sacrificing a little bit of speed to up your power, or I guess sacrificing a little bit of power to up your speed.
Speed is weird.
Speed's a little weird in this one. Yeah, like it.
But you do sacrifice your power, yeah.
You do sacrifice power for Agile? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have this thing called action speed, where based on your Pokemon's speed, it puts you in an order. And there are occasions, if you have enough speed, where you can actually attack twice in a row, which is pretty sick for a Pokemon game, but was immediately made less sick by the fact that there will be no online battling capabilities for this game. So none of this matters. None of what we just said matters, because it's not going to be at all competitive, because they're just not going to do any kind of online battling. It's not happening.
I hope they make these boss Pokemon very hard then.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I want this game to be challenged. I hope they don't go like full on kids game. Hey, we got this cool open world Pokemon idea. We're gonna Breath of the Wild it, but not make it hard. Breath of the Wild was fun because it was hard. So they have to keep up with that, right? This can't just be like a monster collector. Let's just catch 890 Pokemon and call it a day. They gotta make these bosses legitimately like difficult.
Yeah.
That's the only way this could be fun. And like fun to watch, fun to stream, fun to play. Cause it'd be fun watching me rage trying to catch an Ursaring, but this thing keeps knocking me down in 2 hits. That'd be fun. But yeah, no online battling. Weird, man. Very weird.
I mean, it gives them the chance to really do whatever they want with strong and agile style, but like that's such a good competitive mechanic. I wanted to see that in competitive. Like, please.
Yeah. It also does make sense for like a casual game too, though. Mm-hmm. It makes sense for boss battles that you're able to decide, do I want to hurt more? Or do I want to hit twice?
But I do get that would have required them to like totally revamp a lot of Pokemon's stats. If they are changing how speed works and you still have Pokemon that have like base 150 speed, like they're just...
Are there still type advantages in this game? Yeah, right?
I would assume so. If you got typing for all of these new Pokemon, then probably, right?
How does strong and agile style work for status conditions and status moves?
Good question. We don't know yet.
Beats me, yeah.
Beats me.
Something worth mentioning is that they're opening Pokemon Home to this game, which means you'll probably be able to transfer these Pokemon to Pokemon Sword and Shield.
Yep.
Which is nice. Will change competitive, cool. I hope. I
would probably assume that Sword and Shield is going to accept the Hisuian Pokemon after a while. We'll talk about competitive Sword and Shield in a little bit, but
Mike's sad.
Oh man, you know what? Okay, no, forget it. We're talking about it now. Competitive Sword and Shield. They mentioned that ranked battling, even in BDSP, which we'll be talking about later, Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, there will be no ranked battles in that, which makes sense. It's a Pokemon game made by a different, company, and Sword and Shield is the 3rd best selling Pokemon game of all time. So they're deciding to keep ranked going in Sword and Shield, and they explicitly made a point of saying that you will still be able to enjoy ranked in Sword and Shield. Cool. I have some major problems with
There is the Union Room in BDSP though, but that's it.
Yes.
You can battle amongst yourselves if you want.
It is
the same way Pokemon
possible.
Go, you can do it, but who cares, right?
Well, I mean, this kind of points BDSP in a direction of like, we're not going to... This is a point in favor of Faithful Remake. Like, now they don't have to include all the Pokemon. Now they don't have to include lots of different mechanics. Now they can just kind of make it what it was and make it look really pretty and make it look really chibi, and that's it.
They did change some things, made it a little cuter. The graphics got updated. They made the whole underground thing like to have different biomes, which was pretty cool. Pokemon contest got updated for like a rhythm type experience, which was different. And you could change your clothes.
And they show up in the overworld, which is cool. I like that. That it's not just like, we're changing up your avatar that you see when you get into that battle for 2 seconds. You
That's
actually
fair.
get to run around with the clothing change, which is kind of cool. But again, like it feels like they're leaning still on Sword and Shield, which is fine. That's cool. I get it, and I understand what kind of position they're in to do that. But I don't think that that's good for competitive and for esports. What do you think about that?
I think the problem with Sword and Shield right now, in terms of competitive and esports, is that I don't know what else they're gonna do.
Mm.
A lot of the, I guess, a lot of the backing for competitive on Sword and Shield will have to come with: are they going to continue to develop Sword and Shield? Are they going to give updates? Are they going to include more Pokemon? Are they going to open a dex? Do we get another DLC? What are the VGC rules going to be? Are these rules going to be different? Are we just going to go back to Series 8 in Series 11? You know, are we going to do something stupid like that? I was thinking about this like when I was walking in my car after work. I was like, after playing in a non-Dynamax format, it's gonna feel so bad going back to Dynamax. It's gonna feel bad. Because I was like, I enjoy this so much because I'm able to use things like Scizor. I'm able to use things like Fake Out as a move. You know, it's wild. You can use Nature's Madness now. You can use Heat Crash because these things actually work again. And you know, it's gonna feel real bad going back.
Yeah.
But it all depends on what they decide to do with the competitive game. If they actually decide to care about it for a whole other year, I'm assuming Gen 9 will be coming in 2022. That we have no announcements on it, but we probably aren't going to receive announcements until way after Legends comes out and gets some time to make some money. But yeah, I mean, let's see what they do. It all depends on what they do. I have no idea what they're going to do next.
Right. Yeah, like I feel like they're buying themselves another maybe year or two with people's interests. I don't like the fact that they're bringing out new games to keep their old game the focus of esports. If they're going to keep having VGC at Worlds, which of course they will, because why wouldn't they? Then it's going to be on Sword and Shield. But what can they do? And I think that both of us have pretty much said that the only thing that can keep this game alive for that long is to actually open up the decks, is to actually bring in the new Pokemon and, you know, have the meta be new and fresh again. Like you're you know, if by opening up that decks, you're allowing people to really experiment with other Pokemon in the Dynamax meta and in the, you know, single restricted mon meta. There's a lot to do with that. Plus bringing in all of the new Hisuian Pokemon, which obviously Growlithe, Braviary, Weirdeer, and Basculegion aren't going to be the only ones. We're going to be getting a ton more. So, you know, if maybe they put in a DLC or something that gives us like a little taste of the old Hisui region, or at least lets us bring it in from home to play it in competitive and toss the fish that has all the souls of the other fish at opposing Pokemon, or make it big. Ooh, I want to make a big Basculegion. That's what I want to do.
I think another big mistake was that they cycled through these different metagames too quickly to where we are left with none.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, you know, 5 series every single year, that might be a little much. Maybe 3 every year would have made this a little bit more, have a little bit more longevity. I understand each series would be like, you know, 3 months long, 4 months long, but at what are we left with? Give us more. Also, how did Basculegion go extinct? Because that's what the Hisuian Pokemon are. They're just extinct versions of their former selves.
Well, I don't know. Why don't we have dinosaurs anymore, right?
Yeah, but like
they turned into chickens.
I guess Basculegion just stopped. I mean, Basculins just stopped dying to the stupid.
Or they
had no reason to possess anything.
Or they stopped living. They like, you know, now one of them doesn't absorb all the souls because they all just go. They go when their time is done.
They all became blue stripes.
They all became the blue stripes, exactly. Why don't Weirder exist anymore?
No one respects Stantler
Nobody
anymore.
respects Stantler. Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see what they do with Sword and Shield. I really hope that they don't keep it with what it is, because they're out of things to do with Sword and Shield. It's done. So unless they're like, okay, let's bring in the rest of them, which could have just been the very long game that Sword and Shield wants to play, and then I would respect that. Because in that sense, the game's not done. Sword and Shield is not done. And I've felt that for a while.
Greninja.
Was that?
You can use Greninja again.
Oh.
That'd be wild.
Yeah. Greninja. Interesting. Cool. So, I mean, there's that. If you have any thoughts on Sword and Shield, please do make sure you leave them down in the comments, or send us a tweet or something about how you feel about competitive. But I'm hopeful, I'm optimistic, but at the same time, I'm weary, because the last time that something relatively close to this happened was during Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, where they brought out Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee during the life cycle of Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. And it just didn't really see extra play. It didn't, like, what are people going to do? Like, pick up Sword and Shield now? Like, we're not going to get new people into esports, and this is just going to be the, can you beat Super Santi in a competition? Like, we're not getting new blood in this game.
We're not getting the easy baits, man.
Right.
But the thing is, on top of it all, with Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, what ended up happening was, this BDSP thing is essentially Pikachu and Eevee. It's where they're outsourcing a remake onto another party.
Yeah.
Same concept. I mean, you outsource Niantic to a remake for the third time to another party. So yeah, it's gonna have battle capabilities. Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee had battle capabilities, but no one watched it.
No.
No one really played it. It just kind of was there for, the 2 weeks it took the people to beat the game, and then once they did that, it was done. I mean, you'll have
the shiny hunters left.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you're gonna have the shiny hunters trying to, do the weird mining biome method that's gonna exist for some reason. The whole change dress to get
mess with the RAM of the game by changing into a different beanie.
You change into your shiny charm beanie. Gotta make. Oh, I guess. Are you guys gonna have contest battles online? I feel like Mike would win all day. What is that supposed to mean?
Obviously, we will have contest battles online. We've yet to have our competitive Snap battle, but I also think that you've yet to pass like the second biome in Pokemon Snap.
Snap could not keep my attention. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, that's fair. We need to do that one day. That'll be our 9,000 subscriber special. By the way, we've decided on a 10,000 subscriber specials. That's fun.
Oh no, it was my idea. No, I don't like my idea.
It was.
We're gonna do the Pocky. I think that's how you pronounce it, the Pocky One Chip Ghost Pepper Challenge.
Yeah. We're gonna competitive Ghost Pepper Challenge.
We're gonna make it competitive. First one to drink milk loses. And the way it's gonna work is we're gonna have. I didn't ask for Mike's permission anyway. We're gonna both eat the chip at the beginning of a thank you video, and we're gonna give our thanks and give our future plans throughout the video while also in pain.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be great.
I cannot.
Oh, get us to 10,000.
Jeez. YouTube.com/Pokésports.
We're spending $8 for one chip, guys. Get us to 10,000.
Boom. Exactly. But yes, as it was said in the chat, we'll try contest battles if that's a thing that we can do competitively. Happy to do that. The Mike v. Clarence contest challenge, that would be
good luck.
That would be fun.
Mike would have an identity crisis in the middle of that challenge.
and it would spur a whole new person.
Okay, Refhead just gave me confirmation. I work at GameStop. The most traded game in the past 3 months has been Pokemon Snap. There it is, guys. It's not just me.
Well, I mean, I also kind of get it. This is intermission stuff, but whatever. We'll talk about it a bit. That makes sense. It's like Pokemon Snap isn't a game that you keep playing after you've had your fun with it. Like, you're not going to come back necessarily to Pokemon Snap once you're done it.
What about the updates?
Does not have replayability. Yeah.
It did get an update recently.
It did get an update recently.
They're trying. They're trying their best.
They're trying. I don't think it's going to happen. All right. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to be talking more about BDSP. We're going to talk a little bit about Unite. Maybe I'll cry a little bit more about Sword and Shield. All that and more when we come back in just a second. What about Mike's Closet? My life is different now, man.
You guys didn't get us there sooner. It's your fault, not mine. It didn't
happen. No, COVID happened, and I had to move. So wasn't their fault. It was the global pandemic. Unless they had something to do with it, in which case,
entirely their fault.
Entirely your fault. Welcome to the in between, the upside down, the Frege. Good to see you.
Break.
The water break, exactly. Bisharp should get shift gear. Yeah. Is this just the all steel Pokemon should get shift gear argument, though?
Yeah.
Like, I get it. It kind of feels like Bisharp has gears. It doesn't. It has metal. But so does all of the steel Pokemon. Like, Steelix should get shift gear. Does it? No, it doesn't. No, of course it doesn't. What are the Pokemon that get shift gear?
It's just Klinklang.
Is it just? No.
I think so.
Magearna and Toxtricity.
Oh, those are gears. Wait, hold on. Toxtricity?
Right?
Hold on. Lore? Hello?
Magearna, I understand. Toxtricity belongs to the human-like egg group. Explain to me. My shoulder like twists. Like,
she's actually a robot.
Oh, that's it. No, like, I guess you got the guitar. You going shifting gears. You're not shifting gears though.
Yeah, Lupus is right. Everyone click the like button to make the person that clicked the dislike button feel really bad about themselves.
Oof. How dare.
Yeah, I don't know why shift gear is a thing here. Magnetic Flux? I mean, that's an electric move. Do they think... I mean, I think Toxtricity is a robot.
I'd agree with that. I'm looking at steel types right now for which ones deserve shift gear, because I'm sure so many of them do. Melmetal absolutely needs shift gear. Get out. Don't at me.
Oh, I can see that one.
None of the other ones really make any sense.
No, I'm looking.
Yeah. Maybe Magneton, I don't know.
Klinklang.
I'm just thinking of like Pokemon whose body parts can spin.
Fortress. That should get shift gear.
Yeah. Okay, sure. I'll take that. Ferrothorn. Same vein.
Yeah, it spins.
It does spin.
It's a spinner.
I think Genesect gets it by event.
You know what typing's broken? Fast Steel. Fast Steel types are dumb.
What's that? Like fast Steel types?
Yeah, like Steel types that have like ridiculously high speed. They're so silly. Like Zacian, like Cobalion, Lucario. Things that are too fast. Like Steel types are such a good defensive typing. Like, and since Fairy was introduced, they accidentally made it a very good offensive typing. So it's just like all these Pokemon that are fast are so terrifying.
Yeah, really. Is there a fast Steel type that sucks?
Genesect's pretty good.
Genesect's pretty good. Kartana's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, no. it's really. I mean Zamazenta, but I mean Zamazenta versus other things would still be fine, right? As a Pokemon, it's still better than other Pokemon.
Well, that's kind of what that's kind of what I was saying at the beginning. Where like, psychic plus a good ability equals disaster. Steel plus speed equal. Like I'm sure you can probably calc that out for all of the typings. Like fire
Excadrill
plus something equals really good. Fire plus intimidate equals great. Like,
yeah, fire is a good defensive typing plus intimidate. Excadrill is another example of fast steel.
Hate him.
That's terrifying. Scizor is technically fast steel with priority. I mean, yeah, the fast steel is dumb. Oh, never mind. I found one. Alolan Dugtrio. Pretty bad.
Fair. Okay. But they had to like nerf it into the ground. Literally nerf it into the ground to make it bad.
It's so funny. Like, Alolan Dugtrio does nothing that regular Dugtrio doesn't do better. You got no reason to use Alolan Dugtrio.
No.
You got rid of Arena Trap.
The Revhead says, as someone who played competitively in Diamond and Pearl, I'm not surprised competitive not being in it. I was hoping they'd bring back Battle Revolution. Yeah.
Battle Revolution.
That was a fun.
Considering the fact that it's looking like they're gonna offsource their remakes from now on, it's probably not gonna happen, sadly.
They're into making lore off of their existing lore now.
Yeah. A lot of people saying Samurot's stats are bad. I mean, yeah, they're bad, but they're pretty good for a Pokemon game. Like for like a casual Pokemon game.
Yeah.
And they hit hard. That's all you really need.
This game is not going to be about stats. Like, we realize this, right? Like,
I'm looking at moves, man. And
it's going to be moves. It's going to be what they do for you for your starter Pokemon. If they give you like a Samurott only move, which they can do now because there's no competitive.
But I want Basculegion though. Maybe I don't do Samurott.
Well, yeah, sure. Who knows if it has like maybe it? I don't know.
But I want Arcanine too. I guess I'm stuck with Rowlet. We're both going Rowlet, Mike.
Yep, there you go. It's going to be okay to do two of the same typing in your team.
It feels weird.
It feels wrong, but it's fine.
It's illegal.
If they do the same thing where they make you feel like you're overpowered because you grinded a lot in the early game and collected all of those free EVs, it's not going to be a tough game.
I hope they make it hard.
I do hope they make it hard. But how hard can you make Pokemon without it just making Pokemon that are too high in stats and make you need to grind more? Like, I don't know. I have hopes. I don't have incredibly high hopes. Anyway, let's get back to the podcast. How about defensive ice? I don't think defense plus ice is the equation. Look at what's his name? Avalugg, right? Anywho, and we're back. Welcome back to the podcast. We were talking in the break. We were saying that a certain typing plus a certain thing makes that Pokemon really good. We looked at Steel. We had Steel plus speed equals really good. Look at the Pokemon that have really high speed and are Steel type, and you've got a good Pokemon. You've got Fire plus Intimidate equals really good. You've got Arcanine and Incineroar. Really good Pokemon. What's another typing plus another thing that could be really good?
Typing plus another thing.
Mm-hmm. What is the thing that makes, say, water types good?
Defensive water types.
Defensive water types?
Yeah, Suicune. They only have 2 weaknesses. Things like Suicune, things like Jellicent, things like Tapu Fini, T-Vents, Milotic. They're all very good defensive water types.
So the way that I'm doing this, I'm looking
Politoed.
up... Okay, fair. I'm looking up that typing as you say that. So I'm looking up the water Pokemon right now, except Bulbapedia is being really, really slow for me. But what you say makes sense. What's another defensive water Pokemon, though?
Another one?
Yeah, that's fair. Blastoise. Wailord isn't necessarily defensive, and that's probably why it isn't that high up. It's got a lot of HP, not a lot of defense. Yeah. Gastrodon, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, defensive water type's really good.
I think you know what? I think you're absolutely right. That's
fast grass is really strong too.
It's the only thing that water's missing. Fast grass is really good, yeah. Wow. Cool.
Things like Venusaur, Rillaboom.
Play along at home. If you find a stat or a type plus a thing that makes that type really good that isn't just central to one Pokemon, let us know on Twitter at Pokésportspod. Let's talk about more of what we heard, saw, felt in the Nintendo Direct, in the Pokemon Direct. So that BDSP stuff, we already spoke about all the stuff that we are getting for that. Contests, fossils, Union Room. I feel like if the competitive Sword and Shield landscape fails, or while people are playing through Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, there will be a time where most people are playing in the Union Room. There is not going to be a ranked system for BDSP, but there is a Wi-Fi Union Room. You can join in other people's rooms and play against them and whatever. I think that's going to happen because I think that's a really good system. Union Rooms were great.
It sounds like fun. I don't remember them too much. I don't know why.
Mm-hmm. They're pretty forgettable though. It was just like, you know, somebody can set up a lobby and other people can drop down in it and they can battle against each other and they can play against each other and trade.
I mean, yay.
It was a mechanic. Honestly though, that was a mechanic that I wish they had like brought up through the generations, but instead Gen 6 was this really, really sad like list of people at the bottom of your screen, and you could like just kind of choose if you wanted to talk to them or whatever or not.
Oh yeah, that was weird. I didn't like that. It wasn't at all.
No. They just did away with the whole thing in Gen 8, and they were just like, all right, yeah, if you want to play against people, just put in numbers. It's fine.
Just put in numbers.
It became like a very one-on-one situation. It's like, I don't want that. If you can spectate in the Union Room. Oh, Nate in the chat.
Okay, says, making some big plays there, Nate.
Can you spectate in the Union Room? Oh, boy, I hope they can.
Oh, cross your fingers. I mean, that'll be fun. If they do that, that'll be fun. I mean, that's one way to one up Sword and Shield, right?
Mm-hmm. You know what? That would be really cool. That would be a way to bring back Sword and Shield, as if they brought in spectator mode with all of the other Pokemon. They're just like, hey, we brought in everything that you're missing from this game.
Finally. It took you 2 years.
Better late than never. I will still accept and sing the praises of Sword and Shield if they give us a spectator mode. And I don't think I'm the only one.
Sure. I'll let it slide. Yeah. I'll let it pass.
No, I'm still not gonna play Sword and Shield. I'm mad. I'm salty.
No, I started uploading again, guys. Go check it out.
You did.
I have a Naganadel team on the channel. It's actually very fun. It's like a Naganadel Bisharp team with a Sledge Wave and Assurance. It's a good time.
Bisharp?
Yeah. I'm allowed to use it again.
That's true. Bisharp's actually viable now. That's fun.
I was thinking about this the other day. I'm like, Mamoswine's pretty good right now, huh? Because like you deal with Zacian.
Mm-hmm.
You deal with all the dragons. You got Ground, which is a great typing. You deal with Groudon. Mamoswine, guys, you're missing out.
That's fair. Speaking of Mamoswine, we also have Pokemon Unite news. Pokemon Unite news. Ding, ding, ding. Let's start out with the thing that I think was circulating on Twitter first. I don't even know if we got an official update on this, or if this was an update at all. Maybe this was just always a thing. But there's a way to not do a lot of damage to Zapdos, and that is if your team goes and knocks out Dreadnought within 90 seconds of Zapdos being up. So if you go and collect Dreadnought, you go down to the bottom, you fight the Dreadnought, you get the shield, get the experience. For those next 90 seconds, you do, I think it's like 40% or 45% or something less damage to Zapdos. So I guess that makes sense. What do you think about that?
I think it makes sense because what a lot of people were doing was getting the last Dreadnought right before Zapdos, using that shield to their advantage to just knock out the Zapdos immediately and, you know, be harder to kill at the Zapdos. Now, at least you're given the ability to be harder to kill at the Zapdos.
Yeah.
But in return, you're doing less damage to Zapdos. It still makes it so that Dreadnought is a very good ability that it gives you a very good ability for a winning team, right? Winning teams should be going for that Dreadnought regardless of the Zapdos buff, because winning teams should not even be going for Zapdos. They should be defending Zapdos. So you could still use the shield to your advantage. And losing teams should not be going to Dreadnought.
Right.
Before Zapdos, because your win con is not Dreadnought. Your win con is Zapdos.
Yeah, it's good for defending. I would agree with that. Defending the Zapdos. You don't want to be attacking the Zapdos after you're done that, but you also don't want to be the team that doesn't have the Dreadnought and also dies at Zapdos. So there's that. Also, there were some extra Pokemon that were not released but announced in Pokemon Unite. We got Mamoswine and Sylveon. Sylveon is going to be a ranged attacker, and Mamoswine's going to be a supporter. And I don't understand it.
That was a strange one. I mean, looking at Mamoswine as a Pokemon, you would expect it. I expected it to be an all-arounder, personally. I mean, it makes sense. The in-game stats have very high attack, average speed, very high HP, average everything else. So, like, say, you know, it's an all-around Pokemon. Second thing in my mind was like, okay, if not all-arounder, it'll probably be a defender, just because you're seeing the type of abilities that it had in the trailer. But apparently, it's a supporter. Don't know what that means. Does Mamoswine learn Aurora Veil in the Pokemon Unite universe? Who knows?
Right. Oh my God.
That's a weird one.
Kevin, did we? Oh. No, did we? We didn't. We didn't talk about the updates on the podcast.
We have updates?
No, the Unite updates.
No.
That came out literally the hour after we were done the podcast. People on the post game, on the page, they know about the updates, but not the people on the podcast. I mean, we put out a whole no, we didn't put out a video on that.
No, we didn't. We didn't talk about it at all. So let's talk about it now.
Yeah.
Pokemon. Excuse us while we look it up.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, absolutely. Pokemon Unite patch notes. All right. 8.16. So here's the thing. Speaking of defenders are nope. Bye-bye. Defenders are bye-bye with this one. Snorlax's Heavy Slam was damage reduction. Did it?
I'll tell you what, Mike, you didn't play all week. Snorlax is still dumb. They didn't do anything to it.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's still dumb. You should still play Snorlax.
Okay. So I assume by now the people who are interested in Unite, they understand, they know what happened. So I'm not going to go over it, but tell me exactly why Snorlax is still busted. Are people still going Heavy Slam and block?
Yeah, it still does the exact same thing. It honestly feels like they didn't touch it at all. The thing with these patch notes is that they don't say how much they're reducing it by. They're very vague about it. Heavy Slam still does way too much early game damage. The CC in and of itself is still very strong. And then block, you can still kind of get pinned against the wall. So I don't understand what they changed.
Wow. So you still can't eject button out after you get the first hit from the block?
You might be able to, but you're going like full, you know.
It's fair. How about Crustle? We still see him play with Crustle?
Yeah, Crustle's very good. It's very good goal scory mon type thing. Greninja's like top tier. Right? Greninja's on every team. Greninja's top jungler right now. It's top dog.
What?
It's
Why?
spooky.
Water Shuriken? Are people going Water Shuriken now?
Yeah, people are going Water Shuriken, and I don't know, man. It does way too much damage.
Oh. Yeah, are people still going Smokescreen? Smokescreen was nerfed.
It was nerfed by cooldown. The
they called it a move downgrade as well. So.
Oh, was it? I don't know. It doesn't actually matter what you go there. They both kind of do the same thing, right? It's just a displacement and then an invincibility.
Right.
Theoretically.
So it's either Smokescreen or Double Team, right?
Yeah. Double Team makes 3 yourselves. Smokescreen makes you invisible and blind.
So, I mean, I guess that makes sense that people are saying, or that you're saying that you could kind of go one or the other. Because right now, Smokescreen had its cooldown increased and Double Team had its cooldown decreased. So, interesting. How does Slowbro feel now that there's been a bit of a nerf to that?
People still do go Surf over Scald.
Really?
Just because Surf is the reliable CC. It's like they try to nerf these CC moves by reducing the duration of their effects, but their effects are so good already that it kind of doesn't matter, right? It's still better than the other option, which was Scald, which only does damage. Like, which as a defender, would you rather do damage or CC them 3 times with a knockup? You know, fair. It's very easy decision to make out of those two.
So how about Eject Button that had its stats decreased?
Like, when I tell you this patch made no difference, it made no difference. No. Everyone still runs Eject Button, but I think that's the reason is Eject Button's too good. Right? It's too strong.
Right.
It's so hard to compete with an item like Eject Button. I did notice that there were times where I felt like I should have had Eject Button up and it wasn't up. There were instances where I was like, okay, you know, I can't just flash in the beginning to get to lane faster because it won't be up by the time I need it again.
And yeah, like I said on the page, you could make Eject Button usable like 3 times per game, and I would still bring that most of the time. Like, yeah, if you can get out of a single fight, that is worth it. It's absolutely worth it. It doesn't matter how many X attacks you can use in that time. If you can get out of one fight and stay alive, you've bought yourself like 20 seconds of respawn time, 15 seconds of coming back to the lane, and all of the experience that you've missed. Like it's too valuable, way too valuable. Man, the Gardevoir fixes, do you feel stronger as a Gardevoir now?
I enjoy playing Gardevoir, yeah. I mean, I actually go Psychic over Moonblast now. Oh, just because the damage increase is significant with the reduction on their special defense. Okay. Garchomp has this cool bug where you can make someone, you could push someone 3 flash distances away. Oh. It's like if you charge forward and flash back, you take them back with you 3 distances. It's weird, man. I'll send you a video later.
Interesting. And then the rest of them were just bug fixes. Alolan Ninetales no longer does the thing that I wanted it to do. Or actually, no, you know what? The snow warning thing was good. I didn't want it to do that anymore, but Aurora Veil makes me sad. Did they like fix it the way that I didn't want them to fix it? Is it now like an actual 1-2-3 punch while you're in Aurora Veil?
No, it's still good.
No, it's still good.
Still instant freezes.
Good. Then that's all I need. Maybe I'll start playing Greninja. Who knows? And that's Pokemon Unite. I mean, we'll see when Mamoswine and Sylveon come out if they're, you know, good and usable. They probably will be. All of the new Pokemon usually are. How's Blissey? Okay, never mind.
Blissey has like a factor where I don't know what it's doing. It's not flashy, right? It's not a flashy Pokemon. You don't be like, yo, look at that Blissey play, dog. You kind of just heal people and throw eggs at them. It's whatever.
I see. All right. So I mean,
Buddy Barrier.
Yeah.
Buddy Berry and Focus Band are very good. They're very broken items. Use them while they're still broken. Level them up to 30. Have fun. Win games. Good luck.
That sounds so salty.
That's the way to do it, man. If you're not running Buddy Berry or Focus Band and filler, you're not playing the game right. Apparently.
Wow.
And it's funny because you and me talked about this weeks ago. We're like, yo, we leveled up all of our damage items, but everyone's going tank items. And it's like, well, yeah, we felt it.
Yeah.
It's for a reason.
Yeah.
Those items are too good.
The items are far too strong. And I mean, we'll see how they do it. We'll see how they can balance that without infuriating the entire community who actually, may have spent money to upgrade their things. It's a little scary. Can I offer you an egg in this trying time? Yes, you can. Thank you. I will say that our website, Pokésports.org, you might have been to it recently. You might use it for your damage calculators. You might use it for your weakness calculators. That will be going through a bit of a glow up this week as we switch over to a new service. We will also be putting in some new merch, which I'm super excited about. We have some pretty cool designs in the pipeline that we think you guys are really going to like. But don't worry, the damage and weakness calculators that you have come to know and love will still be there. Our priority in getting the website up right now is literally that, just making sure that it's that it's still just as functional and just as great as it was in the last place that it was. But anyway, there's that. Thank you all for listening this week. It's been a big week of Pokemon stuff. We're super excited to be getting into the next chapter of all the things that Pokemon has in store, and we will be streaming Pokemon Smile every Tuesday and Thursday for the rest of time, as is what we have been doing. Yeah. Oh, by the way, that's at twitch.tv/Pokésports. So that's where you can find that. You can also...
Where they can't find that?
No, exactly. Good luck. We've got people looking, scouring, trying to figure it out now. You can follow us on Twitter at PokesportsPod. You can rate and review us on Apple Podcasts. Tanner says, hey, Mike and Kevin, just wanted to say thanks for the retweet on our local tweet. It gained us a lot of people. Dude, congratulations. I'm glad.
You got it.
Yeah. Check us out on Patreon, patreon.com/PokesportsPodcast. Our league is going strong. Next month will be another one. We're going to keep going with these leagues up until it stops making sense to do so. We'll have a conversation about that. I want to thank our Patreon supporters such as Matthew H., Corey, Carlo H., Scott D., Joseph G., King Boo, Martine, Ahmed, Arctivish, Dylan, Greg T., Louis J., Mikatata, Ryan G. So, and I want to give a big thanks to all of our mods, Mod Lupus, Mod Pierre, Mod Tofu. I want to give a huge shout out as well to M Dash for every single second of every single piece of music that you hear on this podcast. Go and check out youtube.com/M-EMDASH. Wait. EMDASCHE. Hard to say in one breath. Puts out really good music. Hasn't in a while. Really want to hear some. And that's all. Kevin, what do you think?
I don't. Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Doobly doo.
Doobly